Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny, and I do have a puppy in my lap here. Grab something to smoke and something to drink because we've got to stay hydrated. So sit back, relax, start puffing on whatever the fuck you have to smoke. I am actually smoking two things today. I do have my high 90s as usual. It's the indica, it's the manganate, but also I have a Bloom all-in-one. So if I have any sativa divas. Today's episode is for any of you poor fools like me who hear this all the time from people who we love, who mean well, right? They love to say stuff to us like, why does crazy shit always happen to you? Why do bad things always happen to you? And it's like, what kind of question is that? I don't know, bitch. I'm actually trying to figure that out, okay? Stop embarrassing me. Also, it's giving victim blaming. But actually, I do have like a few theories as to why this stuff happens to some of us more than others. I'm just gonna jump the fuck into it. Number one, I think that the main overall reason people sometimes have weird incidents happen to them or strange interactions and encounters with people more than others is just because like we have a very inviting energy. And even if you're like, nah, bitch, I'm not friendly, let me explain what I mean. Okay, so just to get into it, even if you're like, but I'm not going up to these people, approaching them, I'm not starting conversations with them, that really doesn't matter. Something about your energy is very welcoming or inviting, especially to, people who like to invade others' personal space or cross boundaries with people. If your energy is inviting, it doesn't matter if you're actually inviting them verbally. The weird ones are going to make their way to you. Another thing is, I think a lot of people see this open energy that I'm kind of talking about as people being naive. Like I know a lot of people think that I'm very innocent or naive when they just kind of see me in public before they talk to me, before they get to know me. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm not. There's a lot of reasons people do this, whether it's because of safety reasons, whether you're masking, which some could argue is also safety reasons. I feel like women do this a lot, especially where we are just kind and friendly in person when people talk to us. So if you have an inviting energy and someone comes up to you, you're probably going to start off being very kind as well to other people, especially people who want to do harm to you or who don't give a fuck if they're making you uncomfortable. They're going to keep pushing those boundaries because they're going to view that as you being naive or you being innocent when really it's more of like a protection. It's more of like you just being very friendly because that's the safest option. Kind of cap off this first point that I wanted to make. If you just have a bright personality and bright energy, right? Bright energy demands attention, and not all attention is good attention, and that's just what it is. I kind of just touched on this, but the second reason that I had was just being a woman. You're not safe. Love you though. Okay, let's take a hit real quick. A little palate cleanse. Okay, third point. So say that you're venting to your friends and you're like, oh my God, this crazy thing just happened to me. This person just came up to me. They really creeped me out. They did XYZ to me. I'm so upset. And somebody's like, oh my God, that's so creepy. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Why does this stuff always happen to you? I roll first, but I genuinely think not everybody is a goddamn open book like some of us are. Like, I'm sure that you know hella bitches that have a list of creepy experiences that they just don't talk about, that they're just not blasting to all of their friends and family or on social media or whatever the case may be. And whether it's a creepy situation or just like negative shit happening, not everybody wants to talk about negative shit all the time. Some of us are just special. It's not that I want to talk about negative shit. I just can't shut up. I talk about everything. So, don't assume that it's just me or your friend going through wild stuff all the time or just having weird encounters and experiences all the time, because the odds are it's not just us. But I know for a fact not everybody overshares like me, which leads me to point number 4. Just stop saying that, or honestly just like stop victim blaming, because that's what it's giving. And I know you don't mean to, but that's what it does. Because when you say stuff like, well, why does bad stuff always happen to you? Why do bad things always happen to you? I start thinking, oh my God, like what am I doing to make bad stuff happen to me? What am I doing to cause men to violate me and my boundaries? And it's like, what? I'm existing. I'm a woman. I'm existing. I'm wearing clothing. I'm not wearing clothing. I can't do anything. And then people want to be like, yeah, but like that doesn't happen to me. Do you want a fucking cupcake? Do you want an award? So fucking happy for you, bitch. Like, weird flex, but okay. Like, if I had a reason or I knew the reason, then I would stop. If someone told me it's because you wear rose-colored panties, then I would stop wearing rose-colored panties. We cannot control unhinged individuals and what choices they make. So don't ask, okay? Because I don't have a fucking answer for you, but you are going to make me feel bad, and you have. Let's take a hit, and then I want to talk about going forward. Like, what do we do? How do we handle this? As frustrating as it is to say, my biggest tip is just to be aware of your surroundings, even when it feels fucking unnecessary. Even if you feel like I'm being so extra right now, I've been on this exact route 1,000 times, nothing has ever happened. These people know me. You just never fucking know. And recently, I was on a hike that I've done so many times right by my house, right in my neighborhood, and I had a horrifically creepy experience where someone followed me from the top of the mountain all the way to my apartment gate and then followed me on Twitter that night. I don't know how they have my name and all of that. I'm assuming they like already followed me maybe on Instagram and like they just recognized me on the hike. I don't know, but very strange. And this is something that I was very comfortable doing by myself because it was in broad daylight. Lots of other girls do it all the time. It's not a crazy hidden hike. It's a very short one. Like I said, it's right around the corner. It's more of a nature walk, if you will. And now I got to be extra cautious. And I will say, going on that hike, every single time that I have gone on that hike by myself, I feel like I have been extremely fucking cautious, like overly cautious. And every time I do it, I'm like, I kind of feel bad for the men who walk by me because I don't ever want to make them feel like, oh, well, I'm making them uncomfortable because I bet that they're trying to attack me or some shit. Because it's not like that. It's really not like that. And I don't ever want to make somebody feel like I'm uncomfortable around them for no reason. But I do find myself being hyper aware, especially on those hikes if I'm by myself. And I'm so glad that I do that because most recently I had a gut feeling and I knew these men were watching me. I decided to cut the hike early, head back home. And what do you know? One of the men, he was watching me, followed me all the way home, literally all the way home, like to my apartment gate. So follow your gut, follow your instincts, follow your intuition. Because did I feel like I was being a little bit extra? Yeah, sure. But I wasn't being extra. And even in the moment when I thought, should I turn around? And I'm not going to lie, yeah, I was high. I'm always high. Like, this is a smoke with me. Hello, awake and bake. I first noticed that I got like an uneasy feeling about these men that were like kind of waiting for me. I was like, well, I am high. Am I being paranoid? And then I was like, you know what? Even if I'm being paranoid, I would rather be paranoid and safe, and I'm just going to go home. Follow your gut. Follow your instincts. Because not only did I go home and notice he was following me on the way home, bitch, I ran. Oh, I didn't sprint, but I was doing like a light jog or a hefty power walk. So no, bitches, you're not naive or innocent. You're actually smart as fuck because you're very aware of your fucking surroundings and you have a very open energy and it's a very inviting, welcoming energy. And that's a wonderful thing. That's an amazing thing. Don't ever fucking change that. Just unfortunately, you're going to have to be hyper aware because of the world that we live in, but always trust your gut, always follow your intuition. And you got this. And if something bad happens to you, it's never your fucking fault. And if people want to say to you, why does bad stuff always happen to you? Roll your eyes at them, bitch. They are wrong. Honestly, that's really all I wanted to say on this subject. It's not even like really that deep. I was just kind of thinking about it because that one comment that I got, I've had it honestly my whole life. People say that shit to me. Why does bad stuff happen to you all the time? Why are people creepy toward you? Blah, blah, blah. I hate that shit. So thank you guys for listening to me rant about it and just give my 2 cents that none of you asked for, but I appreciate that you stayed to listen to. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.